Alrighty, guys. Welcome back, or not welcome back. Welcome to the first ever teaching you guys how to trade video, which is super fun. Mostly this is just going to be for my friends who want to learn about it and see if they think it's something they want to do, or if a random person just happens to find this, even just one person, I'd be forever happy if I could teach you something. So, um, today we're going to start with the bare basics. So if you get to looking at a chart here, you're like, what in the world is going on? So, um, all these little things are called candles. Okay, each one of these individual things are called candles. So we're going to come up here. We're going to get to draw a little bit today, or I am. You guys get to watch. So here is a candle, right? This is the opening of the candle, and this is the close of the candle. And this right here is where price dropped below the opening of the candle and then came back up. So basically, these are where price got rejected. And then this right here is the closure of the candle. So we have the body of the candle in the middle, body. We have wicks. And so these are the two components of candle. So the body and the wicks. So go over it again. This part is the entry. So this is where price is at the start of the candle. And this is the exit. This is where price was at the end of the candle. So candle spans can be 100 different times, anywhere from 1 second to 12 months. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. But let's just pretend like this right here is a 5-minute candle. So, well, let's just draw out a few candles. So let's just say this right here is a 5-minute candle. We'll draw out a few candles. So let's just say this is from 9:30 a.m. to 9:45. And we're looking at 5-minute candles. So there will be 3 candles. So the second the clock hits 9:30, a brand new candle starts. And that, if we're going up, would mean the bottom. And if we're going down, then that would mean it will be the top. But in our example here, we're going up. So it will be the bottom of the candle is the start, and this is the closure. So this is the entry, this is the exit. Now at 9:35, the second it hits 9:35, that 5 minutes is up. So we start a new candle right here. This was the entry, and this was the exit. And again, same repeated process for every 5 minutes. Now, like I said, there's so many different candle sizes that you can choose from. So yeah, we have our wicks where price got rejected, our entry, and our exit. And anything in between the thick part of the candle is just in between where the candle started and where it closed. So now that we have that down, we can go look at some real life candles. So here we have some 5-minute candles. We can go look at, we'll just look at market open today. So market open today was at 9:30 right here. So as you can see, these are so either up candles or down candles are signified by green or red, or bearish and bullish. So bullish candles, you can think bull horns go up, right? And bearish candles go down because a bear will claw down. So bear claws down, down candles, bull horns go up, bullish candles. So this green candle would be a bullish candle, red one bearish. You guys get it. So here we can just look at a few. These are 3 bearish candles in a row. So we have the start of the candle. This is 9:20. As you can see, price came up, got rejected, came down, and closed down here. This was 9:24 and 59 seconds. And as you can see, this should perfectly align with the next candle that starts at 9:25. So this is only a 1 second difference. And so this right here is 9:25. Price came up, got rejected, went down, closed, and then it carries over to the next one at 9:30. So that is a candle, basically. That's just super duper easy. So yeah, this is what the charts are made of, candles. These are 5-minute candles, so each one of these dignifies 5 minutes of price movement. Now, part 2 of our lesson is going to be draws on liquidity, or lines. You can just call them lines. So these lines are pretty well places where price has been proven to want to move. So I'm going to explain it how my mentor TJR did. Draws on liquidity or liquidity is resting orders. So liquidity, as you guys may know, if you're like into finance or anything, liquidity just means you just have your money sitting out. So you're liquid. Money's just sitting, not doing anything. So let's just say um, big moves come from big banks, right? So let's just say a bank wants to sell. So they're dealing with such a large sum of money. Now, this is just an example. Not everything, the market isn't moved by banks. It's just an example. Let's just say, well, the market actually is moved by a lot of big brokers, but that's not like the whole reason why. They can just affect the market. So let's just say that the bank wants to sell. They're not going to sell right here because there's a lot of sell orders that they're competing with. So what they want to do is they want to come up, and if they sell right here, then they'll get their orders filled because there's not enough buyers to buy what they're selling. So they need a lot of buyers to buy their shares from them. So instead of getting filled lower and lower and lower, waiting for a bunch of buyers to eventually come, and then the banks don't make any money, they want price to go up to where there's a whole bunch of buyers. That way they can sell. So what they do is they target these draws on liquidity. So basically, these are places where the market wants to move. So what they're going to do is they're going to place a lot of resting orders. Bank's going to place a lot of resting orders up here. So once price eventually does rise up here, then this can signal a reversal, which is where price turns around, where it's going up, and then turns around and goes back down. So reversal is where price sweeps liquidity. So let's say this right here is liquidity. This is a liquidity zone, and I'll show you guys how to mark these out in a second. So here's a liquidity zone. Price will come up here, and it broke through this. So you're like, oh, it just broke through. I've got to buy. That's what everybody else is thinking. So everybody's buying. So guess what? The banks get to press their big red sell button and fill in all their orders right up at the top since there's so many buyers. And then they get to be happy whenever everybody else sells. Once they see the big move down from the bank, then they have basically filled their orders all up here. That way they can catch this whole move, right? Or don't catch the whole move. They can sell it up here for max profit. So they want to get a bunch of buyers so they can sell all their shares, and all those buyers get dumped on. So that is how the market moves. You guys can go back and rewatch that if you need to understand. That makes sense for me. Let me know if that doesn't make sense for you. So now, how do we mark out these draws on liquidity? We can mark these out. I have an indicator. I went and bought TGR's session highs and lows. You can probably just come over here to indicators and find you a good, any of these you will probably work good. So sessions for Eastern. So each session is like there's an Asian session, a London session, and then a New York session. So Asian session is first. For me, that's my reds. So basically, Asian session is from, I'm pretty sure it should be, uh, really it's like, okay, so Asian session is between 7 p.m. Eastern time and 4 a.m. Eastern time. So what you do is you go and mark out the highs and the lows between 7 p.m. Eastern time and 4 a.m. Eastern time, and those are your session highs and lows. And now London is from, yeah, so it's 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. So obviously I wouldn't wait till 12 p.m. It really ends at 8. Okay, sorry about that. My headset died. So, anyways, back where we were at. So, London session is from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. So, mark out the lows and the highs there. And this is just if you don't want to go equip one of those indicators, then you can just do this manually. And those are really all that you need if you're trading New York session. And then New York session is from 9:30 a.m. to really it's like 4 p.m. Eastern time, so American Eastern time, so like New York time. And so yeah, you go through and mark out all the highs and lows there. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to the 4 hour candles and mark out the highs and lows there. So like right now, this low's already been marked out because it was a London session low. You can mark out this, ones that haven't already been filled. This, so just points that like are like major points that haven't really been filled, right? And then I mean you've got these two equal lows down here. So you can mark out all these on the 4 hour. So these can be added areas of liquidity for you. And so yeah, um, those are basically draws on liquidity in a nutshell and how to mark them out. And yeah, teach you guys how to use them in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.